Okay, back to Aviary attorney.
My, to think that Papa would buy this place just for little old me. I must throw a party to celebrate. Let's see. I'll need some lights, some decorations, and some world-class cuisine. Bloody rare steak, perhaps. What to do about music? Ooh, I should ask my papa if he knows any pop stars. Someone cool like Monsieur Liszt.
You disgust me.
Who said that?
It was you, Dame Cataline. It was you who showed me the ugly face of injustice. It was you who taught me that our court system is corrupt to the core. It was you who made me realize that, if a man desires justice, he must bring it about with his own two hands.
What's with that mask? Monsieur Falcon, is that you?
Falcon is dead. He perished in the graves that lie under our very feet. You can call me the Viridian Killer.
The Viridian...
Act 4A. Liberty.
What am I supposed to do now? Falcon? Oh, it's you, Inspector.
Monsieur Sparrowton. Sparrowson, I must congratulate you. Thanks to your quick action on Wednesday, we were able to find and apprehend the rebel leader while she still lurked in her den.
I was just doing my duty, Inspector.
Don't be so modest. A lesser man wouldn't have delved into the catacombs so brazenly. You're a hero.
But Cocorico died, and I can't help but feel that I could have done something to save him.
Cocorico died an honorable and righteous man. His sacrifice wasn't for nothing.
Still.
Sparrowson, if you're looking to redeem Cocorico's death in a fitting manner, then I have a perfect gift for you. Here, take it.
What's this? It looks like a license to practice law. Does this mean...
Correct. In light of the extreme circumstances, the king has granted you the power of an interim prosecutor.
Wow, I'm an officially qualified lawyer. And as a prosecutor, no less.
This is just temporary, you understand. But if you prove yourself, who knows? Maybe I could pull some strings to make it permanent.
This is amazing. But what? Wait, why have you given me this?
I'm glad you ask. We need a prosecutor to lead the case against Leonie Beaumont, the ringleader of the rebel group.
Beaumont? The scary-looking lioness?
Correct.
I would be honored to take the job. But why aren't you asking one of the other prosecutors? Like, I don't know, Rupert Rabington?
Rabington? Ha! I wouldn't trust that klutz to make my tea, let alone handle a case as important as this. Sparrowson, you clearly have nerves and brains. I am confident that you are ready to take this on.
Okay, I'll do it. So, what do I do?
Well, your job as prosecutor is to interview Beaumont. We already beat all the information we can get out of her, but you must read Beaumont her charges and see if you can uncover any new facts.
Right, got it. And, what charges would those be?
There are 3. First, the murder of Severin Cocorico.
Of course.
Second, conspiring to incite a rebellion.
Makes sense.
Third, the murder of Dame Cataline de Miao.
Right. Wait, what?
Oh, you didn't hear the news? On Friday evening, there was an enormous explosion at Chateau Cranier. Only one person was inside at the time, Dame Cataline de Miao, and she was killed instantly.
What was she doing there? I thought Baron Rorgai owned the household.
In light of the Baron's death, his properties were auctioned off. The de Miaus were the ones who purchased the chateau. We suspect that Dame Cataline was touring the hall for the first time when she met her fate.
This is surreal. But wait, you arrested Leon Beaumont straight after I met you, right? And that was on Wednesday afternoon. How could she possibly be guilty of committing a crime on Friday evening if she was in custody at the time?
Simple. She has a large gang. She didn't plant the explosives herself, but we can be sure that she gave the order.
I don't understand the motive. Did Leonie Beaumont hate Dame Cataline?
Come on, Sparrowson. You've been granted prosecutor powers. You must start thinking like a prosecutor.
Right, okay. Beaumont ordered to have Dame Cataline killed because it was an attack on the bourgeoisie. A rebel like Beaumont would no doubt have a deep hatred of the higher classes of society. Even in jail, she wants them dead.
That's a good theory. You seem to have a solid grasp of the rebel mindset, at least. Anyway, you may also want to see the crime scene for yourself.
Chateau Cranier?
Yes, it's just a giant mound of rubble now. But as a prosecutor, you want to see it with your own eyes.
Right, got it.
The trial's in 3 days' time. Beaumont's fate is all but guaranteed, so just turn up to the courthouse and you'll be fine. Now, if you'll excuse me...
Wait a minute, Inspector. About Falcon.
You told me he turned cowardly and fled. What of it?
Never mind.
I'm sorry that your friend ran away, Sparrowson, but try to focus on the case. That's what matters.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going to be the best prosecutor Paris has ever seen. Chateau Grenier or the prison? Visit the crime scene first. This is Chateau Grenier? Wow, it's completely destroyed. I think this is where the foyer was. So the main hall must be that big chunk of charred rubble over there. Must have been one heck of an explosion. How many gunpowder kegs were used? Aha! A lawyer. Ah! Robino, don't sneak up on me like that. Wait, shouldn't he be doing community service at the Louvre? Nope, I've done me time. Now I'm free to follow my passion. Your passion of scaring people? No, bird brain. My passion of wartime photography. See, when I heard the massive explosion last week, I knew that I could get some juicy action shots. I was one of the first on the scene. Juicy action shots? Haven't you heard? Photographs of violence, death, and mayhem all make for great photograph opportunities. Classy. Don't judge me. People will pay big money for this stuff. Art galleries, newspapers, lawyers. Speaking of which, where is that partner of yours? The big guy. We don't work together anymore. Really? That's unfortunate. I managed to get this great photograph of the event, and I figured if he was attached to the case, he might be interested in it. Hey, I'm working on this case. Show me. You are? Really? Alright then. This is your great photograph? It's blurry. I can't make anything out. Well, yeah, I need at least a 30-second exposure for a good picture. It's not my fault that stupid people move around and ruin it. What good is a blurry picture to me? I can touch it up if you want. Draw over the blur, add some details. No doctoring. Bad, Robino. Geez, you lawyers are a confusing bunch. Look, this is the only photograph of the event. Do you want it or not? Fine. I'll take it off your hands. Whoa, I didn't say you could have this for free. 20 francs. 20 francs for that garbage? 20 francs for this work of art that I could sell to a collector for 10,000 francs? You're robbing me blind at 20. 10. Nuh-uh. No bartering. 20 or no photograph for you. Alright. Here's your money, you thief. And here's your photograph. It's a pleasure doing business with you, buddy. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a crime scene to examine. Yes. That is indeed a big pile of rubble. Does Inspector Voltaire really expect me to trawl through all this wreckage for clues? I'll be here all day and night. If you're looking for gold and valuables, forget it. Looters picked this place clean within hours after the explosion. I'm not here for gold. I'm looking for clues. Sure you are. Well, either way, there's nothing left of value here. Can I make a suggestion? From one buddy to another? Try the garden. The garden? The explosion disintegrated the whole front of the house, but the back was pretty much untouched. So, if there are any clues left, I'd wager that would be the place to look. Oh, thanks, Rubino. That's a big help. Oh, I was hoping for a tip or something. Huh, Rubino was right. This place is practically untouched. It's almost identical to when I was last here. Well, I guess it's time to go clue hunting. This statue's a little quiet. Maybe he's just a little horse. This statue is innately beautiful, wouldn't you say, Falcon? The fountain is still running. I wonder who pays for the maintenance costs. I can't quite see inside the top basin from here, but I can't imagine that there would be another mystery cigar. It couldn't hurt to look, I suppose, but I refuse to get my feet wet. There's something dangling out at the top. If I stand on my tiptoes, I can just about reach it without falling in. I did it. It's a scrap of paper. It looks like it's been torn off of something. Sparrowson Croyes Invoyos. I see some writing. It's a little smudged from the water, but I can still read it. Let's see. Sparrowson, believe in yourself. No way! This message is for me! Did Falcon write this? Did he leave this message here because he knew I would check the fountain? But that means... Did Falcon play a part in the explosion at Chateau Cranier? Oh man, so many questions. I should definitely stash this away. It might be a key piece of evidence in the trial. This was the spot where Monsieur Granois was killed. The blood patch is no longer sticky, but the stain remains. I still don't like these little cherub people. They can't be trusted. Hey Falcon, I have a joke. A horse walks into a bar and... Never mind. I'm done here. Bye garden, bye fountain, bye horses and creepy cherubs. You're back. Find anything interesting? Nope. Your lead was useless, buddy. Oh, that's a shame. Well, I best be getting on my way. Good day. Ahem. Yes? Do I receive a tip for generously letting you in on such a valuable lead? Sure. Here's a tip. You can quickly remove the skin from potatoes by boiling for a few minutes and then dunking them in cold water. That's actually a great tip. Hello there. Another police officer. You look a little short for an interrogation specialist. Oh, no, I'm not an officer. My name is Sparrowson. I'm a prosecutor, see? Totally different. What does that slip say? Interim prosecutor? I knew I wouldn't be getting out of here alive, but they did have to insult me by putting some junior lawyer on my case. Hey, I'm no junior. I'm the real deal. Nice try. I saw the issue date on that slip. You're as fresh-faced as they come. Yeah, well, fresh-faced or not, I'm the one that's in charge of prosecuting you. So first things first, you are Leonan Beaumont, are you not? Yeah, that's me. Okay, great. I'm in the right jail cell. That's a good start. Now, mademoiselle, I have to read you your... Don't call me mademoiselle. Do I look like a child to you? Well, children don't normally lead rebellions, I guess. Anyway, madam, I have to read you your charges. Let's see, where to start? You're being charged with the murder of Severin Cocorico. And I know you're guilty of that because I saw it with my own eyes. Really? You saw that bird's death? Yep, I was lingering in the shadows. I heard your speech, I saw you put the pistol to his head and pull the trigger, I watched your expression. You didn't show a hint of remorse. You really were there. I had no idea we were being watched. I gave you too little credit. I thought you were a law school dork, but now I find out that you're some sort of spy. I am like a spy, aren't I? The name's Sparrowson. Sparrowson. Licensed to practice law for the immediate future. My mistake. You're still a dork. Oh. Well, at least I'm not a murderer. This schoolyard banter is idiotic. Read me my next charge. You're being charged with conspiring to incite a rebellion. I suppose I would be a fool to deny that. But you know, I never wanted violence. I thought Maybe if I could do things right, this could be a peaceful revolution.
I would find that easier to believe, madam, if hundreds of weapons weren't found in your catacombs hideout.
Tch! Blame the wolf and crocodile who pushed me into buying them.
Would you like to elaborate on that?
Not really. I take full responsibility for my own actions. Read me the next charge.
You're being charged with the murder of Dame Cataline de Miao.
Who?
She's a bourgeoisie kitten, small, sickly sweet.
I have no idea who this person is.
Well, there was an explosion at Chateau Cranier on Friday evening, and Inspector Voltaire is confident that you were behind it.
Last Friday? When I was sitting in this jail cell?
Yep, that Friday.
I have no idea why the police feel like tacking some random, unrelated charge onto my list of crimes. But it makes no difference. Even without that charge, I'm guaranteed to face the guillotine blade, right?
Right. Or the noose, if the judge is sick of guillotines that day. But madam, I want to do my job right, and part of that involves not prosecuting you for crimes you didn't commit. If there's any way you can prove that you weren't involved in the explosion of Chateau Cranier, please tell me now.
No, let them charge me. Maybe I'll be taking the fall for some poor sod who doesn't deserve to be punished.
That's not how justice works, madam.
Heh, you know nothing of justice. Go on, what's my next charge?
Actually, it looks like that's everything. Well, madam, I shall see you in court shortly. I'll try to get to the bottom of the Chateau Cranier business, but in any case, I advise you to make peace with this world.
Wait, it was Sparrowson, wasn't it? Let me ask you something before you go. Do you resent me for killing your friend?
I never really knew Severin Cocorico, but in our brief encounters, he always struck me as a little too self-righteous. I didn't wish death upon him, but maybe a man with such an unwavering sense of virtue was doomed to die. Do I resent you? I don't know. I have no idea what to think. This all seems like a bad joke with no punchline. So, Sparrowson, how confident do you feel about this trial? Not bad, huh? Don't you fret. A guilty verdict is all but guaranteed. I should get an assistant. Ah, the doors are opening. All right, settle down, everyone, settle down. Is the prosecution here?
Sparrowson, present. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Excellent. Are the jury all present?
All present and accounted for, Your Honor.
And it is to my understanding that the defense is representing themselves today, correct?
That's your cue, madam. You can see I'm here. Just skip this pantomime nonsense and convict me already.
Now, we have a procedure to follow, madam. Let's do this right.
Fine. Yes, I, Leonine Beaumont, am here.
Very good. Now, defendant, you are being accused of 3 crimes. First, you are charged with the murder of Severin Cocorico, the well-respected and benevolent prosecutor who worked for this very court.
A benevolent prosecutor? What a joke of a phrase.
Silence, if you please. Second, you are charged with conspiring to incite a rebellion.
And we shall have a rebellion.
I said silence! Order! Order! Your third charge is for the murder of Dame Cataline de Miao.
Sure, why not? Your Honor, I have no doubt that the defendant is guilty of her first and second charges. In fact, I myself bore witness to the murder of Severin Cocorico. I could even deliver a testimony of the events. That won't be necessary, I confess.
Silence from the defense, please. Continue, prosecutor.
As I was saying, those 2 charges aren't to be contended. In my mind, they're clear as day. But I would like to address the 3rd charge in this trial session. The bombing of Chateau Cranier, the murder of Dame Cataline. I plead guilty. Not just to the murder of Dame whoever, but to all 3 charges. Plead whatever you like, madam. I don't believe that you played any part in the attack. You were in jail at the time of the incident. You couldn't have possibly had the means to even issue an order to a lackey. To help me uncover the truth, I called the investigative officer, Inspector Volerity, to the witness stand.
Inspector Volerity, please approach the stand and recite the oath. Just what are you playing at, Monsieur Sparrowson?
What am I playing at?
This was intended to be a straightforward trial. Why are you dragging this out with needless pedantry?
I'm doing my job, Inspector. A prosecutor's role is only to prosecute people for crimes that they have actually committed.
You're wasting everyone's time, if you ask me. Whatever. Let's get this over with. I, Inspector Juice Volerty, swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Excellent. On to the questioning. Now, Inspector, why do you believe that Madame Beaumort is behind the bombing of Chateau Carnier?
Is it not obvious? Because she has a crystal clear motive. The Madame wants a rebellion. By killing a prominent bourgeoisie figure in a dramatic manner, she stirs up tensions between the classes.
A motive? That's all you're going by?
Obviously not. I have evidence too.
You have evidence that Madame Beaumont was behind the bombing? Real evidence? You didn't tell me about this before the trial.
I didn't think it would be necessary to tell you. How was I to know that you would drag this out? Enough bickering, you two. Inspector, present your evidence. Very well, Your Honor. This is a poster that was found at the crime scene. It was crudely fastened to a pillar, around 50 meters from where the explosion occurred.
You will all burn for your sins.
That message is no doubt intended as a declaration of violence, a warning of what's to come. As you can see, the poster was damaged in the explosion and the ensuing fire. The signatures at the bottom are nearly unreadable. Despite this, it is evident that two names fit the space perfectly. Those names are Fontaine and Piero.
Fontaine and Piero? The two bar dwellers? I mean, I knew they were rebels because I saw them in the catacombs with my own eyes. But do you really think they did this?
Of course. No other names fit the gap, and it is far too much of a coincidence for it to be anyone else.
It's true. I can't think of any other names that cleanly fill in the gaps.
The inspector's evidence appeared to be pretty convincing, prosecutor. Are you done with your direct examination?
No, Your Honor. No, I'm not. There's no way that poster was written by Fontaine and Piero, and I intend to prove it.
You're welcome to try, but make it snappy, Monsieur Sparrowson.
Inspector, you say that Fontaine and Piero made this poster. From the couple of times I've met them, I've come out with the impression that they are idiots. I can't imagine that they would be incompetent enough to pull off an attack like this.
A man doesn't have to be competent to follow orders, Monsieur Sparrowson. Our current theory is that Madame Beaumont issued precise, encoded orders on how the attack was to be carried out.
There's no way that's true. There are other possibilities. Maybe Piero and Fontaine had no part in this attack.
They are fugitive rebels associated with Madame Beaumont, and their names fit the burned signature.
But it's within the realm of possibility that another person was involved, right?
Do you have someone in mind, prosecutor? Or are you just picking at a theory?
I'm just delving into a theory, Your Honor. It's important that we leave no stone unturned.
I might come back to that after I've looked at the Facebook. No, never mind.
Inspector, you called the central message of the poster a declaration of violence.
Indeed. You will all burn for your sins. The message appears clear-cut to me.
It's possible that we're interpreting it wrong. Maybe this isn't a threatening message of violence at all.
Or, So what is it?
Some sort of metaphor or religious message, maybe.
Perhaps, but violence is violence, and a threat is a threat. We can dissect the words on the paper, but the writer's murderous intent is obvious.
Yeah, I guess there's no doubt there. Maybe the message has nothing to do with the attack on Chateau Cranier.
Explain.
Never mind, I'm just thinking out loud. Inspector, let's talk about the crime scene where you found the poster.
As I said, it was crudely fastened to a pillar, around 50 meters from where the explosion occurred.
Which pillar exactly?
I don't know. Some pillar on the east side of the chateau near the middle of the colonnade. Does it really matter?
No, Your Honor, I'm just trying to form a clear picture.
Let's not dwell on the petty details. Move it along, Monsieur Sparrowson.
Did the police find anything else?
Like what?
I don't know, some sort of manifesto, a missing limb, anything out of the ordinary, really.
No. Aside from this poster, the body of the victim, and the wreckage of the chateau, the police uncovered nothing of interest.
I see. Let's take a closer look at this poster. In that torn corner on the upper right.
What about it?
Doesn't it look a little odd? Almost as if it had been removed deliberately.
That seems more than a little speculative.
Not at all, Inspector. As it happens, I know for a fact that the poster was torn. I have proof. Ah, dang it, I have to do it. Inspector Volerti, I found this note in the Gordon fountain of Chateau Cranier.
A note, you say? Let's have a look. Sparrowson, believe in yourself. What is this sentimental rubbish? Some sort of self-help pamphlet?
Ignore the contents of the note for a moment, Inspector. Focus on the shape of the paper.
The shape? Well, it appears to be a torn corner of paper, probably ripped from a larger sheet. Wait, this tear. It looks familiar.
You see it too. The torn edge of the note matches the torn corner of the poster. What conclusion can we draw from this? I posit that the person who wrote the note is the same person who designed and wrote the poster.
That's a reasonable claim, but I don't see anything to indicate who wrote this note. It's unsigned.
It doesn't need a signature, Inspector. I know of only one person who would leave a note in a place like that. I don't want to throw anyone under the horse carriage, especially this person. But, well, in my opinion, the only person who fits is...
Mon Dieu! What was that?
An explosion. It sounded like it came from right outside.
No doubt about it. Pierre, did you arrange this?
Me? What? No, I had no idea what's going on. I hate to, be the bearer of, bad news, but, in a manner of speaking, how to put this?
For pity's sake, spit it out, monsieur.
Fire! There's a big fire.
Here? In the Police de Justice?
Not just the Police de Justice. The whole island is ablaze. It's crazy. We've got to get out of here right now.
Okay, you've heard the rabbit. Everyone clear out. Court is adjourned. I'm not through with you, Brunmort. Spit it out. Are you behind this fire?
I told you I have no idea what's going on. Now, can you please undo my shackles so I can avoid burning to death? We need to go, Inspector.
Don't lie to me, lioness. Is this your plan? Is one of your lackeys trying to break you out? Is it the start of the rebellion proper?
You're acting ridiculous. I'm telling you, that explosion had nothing to do with me.
You're telling the truth, aren't you? You honestly played no part in the Chateau Cranier incident, and you honestly know nothing about this fire.
Seriously, we have to go, Inspector.
Right. Let's go.
Wait, Sparrowson. Undo my shackles, please. You aren't going to seriously let me die here, are you? Of course not. Sit tight. I think they keep a spare set of jail keys around the judge's podium somewhere. I swear it's somewhere around here. Sparrowson, for what it's worth, I'm sorry for killing that prosecutor, Cocorico. I would be lying if I said that killing that Bert didn't bring me relief. It did. It took a weight off my heart that had been there for years. I'm starting to think that what I did was... well, it wasn't justice. I don't think it was, at least. Aha! I found the key. Take it. Undo your chains and you're free to go. You're letting me walk? Yep. You know that I'm going to take this opportunity to flee the country, right? Sounds good. Try Britain. Or maybe America? Yeah, America is nice. Why are you doing this? I thought prosecutors were all about punishing the guilty. I don't know much about being a prosecutor, madam. I've only had this job for 4 days, after all. But I do know that Cocorico wouldn't call a person burning to death justice, even if that person were guilty. I'm just following his example. You're following Cocorico's example. Was the Cocorico I saw as a child different to the Cocorico I killed? I don't know. I hear people can change. But we don't really have time for this discussion, madam. Because, you know, fiery imminent death and stuff. Right. You lead the way. Actually, I'm being the inspector out front, so you may want to take a back exit. The inspector would see us both hanged if he knew what I just did. I understand. Then we probably won't meet again, so I suppose this is goodbye. Indeed. Good luck, Madame Dumort. And to you, Sparrowson. You are a first-rate lawyer. I'm first-rate?
Good. You made it out safely. Any problems?
No problems at all.
Excellent. It looks like the rabbit was right. Buildings are on fire from riverside to riverside. We need to get off the island right away.
Hold on, Inspector. There's something important I need to tell you.
Save it. Our safety takes priority. The fastest way out of here would be via Rue d'Arcole, by Notre Dame. It's not dawdle, Monsieur Sparrowson. On the streets of the Ile de Cite, panicked people of all ages and classes scurry away from the engulfing fire. Smoke billows out of burning buildings, enveloping the sky in a dark cloud. This place is in utter chaos.
Inspector, slow down. I really need to tell you this.
It can wait.
You really can't. Listen, back in the catacombs, Falcon told me something. I thought he was just saying stupid things because he was angry and stressed. But then, with the Chateau Cornier incident, and now this, well, I think he might have been telling the truth, and...
Cut the preamble and spit it out.
Falcon told me he was the Viridian killer. Inspector? Are you okay?
I knew it. Run along, Sparrowson. Get off the island safely.
You aren't coming too?
No. I think I'm going to go arrest the Viridian killer. I've hunted him for 18 years, and now I finally have my opportunity.
You're going to arrest Falcon? But you don't know where he is.
I do know where he is. This arrogant fils de pute is watching us right now.
He is? I don't see him.
Like I said, this is my arrest to make, Sparrowson. Run along.
Inspector? What do I do now?
Such a beautiful view. A perfect place to watch the city burn. Inspector, it's about time. Come on, step out of the shadows. You. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it! You were the one responsible for the bombings of the July Revolution. You are the one responsible for the bombings of today. You. You are the Viridian killer. I am. Ha! Such a brazen confession. You knew before Sparrowson told you, didn't you? How long have you known? I've always had my suspicions. A falcon acting as a defense lawyer? Laughable. It is in your nature to be a bird of prey. But it wasn't until Cocorico and I carried out our investigation that my suspicions turned to evidence-based reasoning. You changed your name between 1829 and 1832. Why? Because you wanted to distance yourself from your old identity, that of the Viridian killer. I knew that you had the murderous spirit in you. I knew that, under the right pressure, I could draw that spirit out. So I created a perfect scenario. You are a fool, Inspector, but I can't fault your intuition. I suppose you wish to arrest me. Of course, I will arrest you. I will have you tried, and I will have you executed in the name of justice. Justice. You talk as if I am the only one who stands here as a sinner. You, Inspector, are just as guilty as I am. Ha! I am an upstanding citizen. You were the one responsible for Severin Cocorico's death. You were the one who ordered for him to undertake a mission that he had no chance of completing. You knew, from the moment that you sent him to confront the rebels, that he would be killed like a street dog. And for what? To anger me? To make me lash out? Well, congratulations. You succeeded. Here I stand as the Viridian killer. Cocorico is dead and Paris is ablaze. Dozens have died so that you can fulfill your lust for punishing criminals. I've broken no law. I've done no wrong. You think the law defines right and wrong? That's a disgusting level of naivety. Regardless of what's written in the law books, we are both sinners of the worst kind, Inspector. We both deserve justice. So let us be judged by the way of the ancient regime. Let us settle this through the oldest form of trial known to man. The oldest form of trial? You wish to duel? Indeed. I am sure that you brought a pistol. I brought one of my own. This is a farce. I'm not going to duel you. I'm not going to give you a choice. On the count of 5, I'm going to turn and shoot. You can participate, or you can be killed. You really are the monster I expected you to be, Viridian killer. Count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the final count, Inspector. Why haven't you turned to shoot me? I see. I misjudged you. I thought you hated criminals through and through. But here you are showing mercy to your worst enemy. You are a lawful man. A virtuous man. But you still await judgment for the death of Severin Cocorico. If you thought that you could escape punishment just because you are willing to show me mercy, well, you are very much mistaken. You dishonorable Conrad, shooting a man in the back. I never claimed to be honorable. Nor did I. So this is how it ends for us. 2 old birds going up in flame. I can hear the people chanting, liberty, equality, fraternity. The rebellion really has begun. No, this isn't right. I can't leave things like this. Inspector, I have a confession. I am not the Viridian killer. Yes, I bombed Chateau Cranier. I did that to get revenge on an enemy of mine. And yes, I set the city island on fire to spite you. But the real Viridian killer, the one who maimed you in the July Revolution 18 years ago, that wasn't me. I have no idea who that person is. Did you hear me, Inspector? Oh, you're already gone. Maybe it's for the best that you didn't hear. Truth is overrated anyway. This is it. This is my time to go. Not on my watch. Come on your feet. Spatterson?
How is he, Doctor? Physically, Falcon's injuries are pretty minor. Just some minor burns and a superficial gunshot wound. But mentally, I think it will need a little time. I see. Don't fret. This hospital has the best mental health care in all of Europe.
We'll do everything we can to put him right.
Thank you, Doctor. Can I speak to him? Sure, that's no problem at all. Actually, you should take him for a walk by the river. Maybe that'll do him some good.
Hi, Sparrowson.
Hi, Falcon. Feeling okay?
Yeah. Don't worry. I haven't gone loopy.
That's a relief. Come on, let's take a walk.
So, it looks like the rebel uprising was successful. The Prime Minister fled. The King was booted out of the country. France has a new and scary future ahead of it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so.
I hear Judge Maxim granted you a full legal license.
Yeah, I'm a real attorney now.
Congratulations are in order. You must be proud.
I am.
Have you decided what kind of law you're going to specialize in?
I'm going to be a public prosecutor, like Cocorico.
A prosecutor, huh? I guess Severin was a better role model of a lawyer than I was, wasn't he?
I think we've made enough small talk, Falcon. There's something serious we need to discuss. The bombings. Only Inspector Volerti and I knew you were behind the attacks on Chateau Conier and the courthouse. Only he and I knew that you are the Viridian killer. So with him gone, it's just me.
I see. Do you plan on turning me in?
No.
Why not?
It's difficult to say. I'm still trying to get a handle on this justice malarkey. Right now, I don't know what's right or wrong. Are you a murderer? Should you be in prison? I don't know. This whole thing is a mess. I find myself asking, what would Cocorico do?
Probably give a stupid Voltaire quip.
I guess.
Listen, Sparrowson, I want to thank you for not turning me in, but I think I'm going to stay at the hospital for a little while. Or maybe a long while. You can call it a penance if you want.
I understand. You know, you could just go, make a run for it. I won't be able to catch you. I bet you could even make it all the way to Calais.
Yeah, I probably could. But I won't.
You don't want to be free?
Of course. I want to fly away more than anything. But some birds need to be kept caged.
That last bit of dialogue probably makes more sense if you said yes, you were going to turn him in. You've reached the end of Route A, Liberty. The ending you receive was determined by the decisions you made in Chapter 3. Try tackling the trial in the catacombs differently in order to see a different ending. Well, that is the shortest one, I suppose. Falcon receives a letter, and then trial. So I guess next time I click on this button,